DigiByte. So DigiByte has had two very, very good bull cycles. Very, very good bull cycles. It's now in a third, and so far, obviously, it's not going great. I want to take a look at where this can go. And that's going to be based on one hypothesis combined with sort of looking at where things are at in terms of development. Now, before I get into any of it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying these cryptos. These were coins that I thought were going to make me a lot of money, which is obviously why I bought them up. And you can see what they were worth when I recorded my videos. These are the highs these cryptos went on to hit in the last bull cycle, and these are what your profits would have been if you'd have just thrown $100 into each of the coins. So obviously some did better than others, but if you'd have done it for all of them, you would have made a profit of over 123 grand in the last bull cycle. From a $2,600 investment, that's pretty damn good. Now, you don't have long to get things sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now. Bitcoin has been trying for new highs many, many times in the last couple of months. And if you're sitting on cryptos you're not confident in, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the website that I run where I share all the coins that I own with my members. Whenever I find any crypto that I think is going to do very, very well, I jump onto my site. I tell my members about the crypto that I'm going to be buying, that I found, why I'm buying it, the price I'm going to be buying it at. So my members get in and out of cryptos at the same price as me, meaning they make the same profit. And if you go onto the site, you can actually see the members' testimonials on the service they get at CopycatTo, but you can also see their profits. And you can see the past successes we've had, which have led to some of those profits, not least of which, of course, is Phantom. In the last bull cycle, from when I found Phantom, it went up nearly 700 times. It made some of my members millionaires. This is all public records, all on the history of this channel. So watch some of the old videos, verify it all. And if you like what you see, and you want to find out the cryptos that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle, all you have to do to find out, guys, is join up on the site. Now, DigiByte. DigiByte is an OG in crypto, no doubt about it. Built and launched back in 2014. Well, actually began development in 2013. It's an open source blockchain and asset creation platform. So basically it was a fork of Bitcoin. It was mined in the first block was mined in January of 2014. Now, one thing I will say about DigiByte, it is the single most secure blockchain. You can actually make that argument. Of course, Bitcoin is very, very secure, and it would cost a fortune to do an attack, but DigiByte uses 5 different algorithms to improve security. And they aim to improve on the Bitcoin security, capacity, and transaction speed. So the way that this is secured is that they have 5 proof-of-work algorithms, which reduces the risk of double spending or 51% attacks hugely, because you have to hack or do a 51% attack on every single algorithm. Its difficulty adjustments ensure that there's resilience against any hostile moves within the mining circles. And they have one block every 15 seconds. So they've managed to prove their longevity, now having much longer chain of proof of work than something like Bitcoin. The founder is Tate. Tate is also known as Digiman, and he oversaw its metamorphosis from development to its current setup before he temporarily retired from his position in 2020. May 2020, he then returned. His biography states that he was involved with Bitcoin from 2012 onwards. He authored the first book written by a blockchain founder, which was Blockchain 2035, the digital DNA of Internet 3.0. And what their operations depend not only on developers, but also the DigiByte Foundation, which is a volunteer organization. And they also have a third party, a third group of volunteers called the DigiByte Awareness Team. They're responsible for marketing and promotional activities. Now, it's never great seeing a group of volunteers necessarily. It's not a knock, but the reality is that people that are paid in a role with good experience in marketing, probably going to have better results than a group of volunteers who have lives, who have families, who have jobs. You know, you can't guarantee that they're going to be able to commit the required time to grow. So that's kind of a negative going against it. In the last bull cycle, it did reach a high of 18 cents, which again, at points, it was as low as 0.6 of a cent as well in the bear cycle previously. So 0.3 of a cent actually are really, really low. Did very, very well. Very, very well. And actually, I do want that open. Now, Jared Tate often posts on X. He's spoken recently, like he did a post last night actually, and it was talking about blockchain tech was invented to be decentralized peer-to-peer freedom, not CEO to peer serfdom. So if your favorite crypto has a CEO and company behind it, it's not decentralized. True decentralization is Bitcoin, it's DigiByte, it's Litecoin, it's Doge. And there is truth to that. There is truth to that. You cannot argue that whatsoever. We have a lot of crypto projects out there that have CEOs or founders that are leading the charge. So he does make a point. He does make a point, and obviously DigiByte reposted that. The thing is, so, oh yeah, and this happened. So they asked, should we create a new DigiByte community development roadmap and put it on DigiByte.io so people can find out what's the latest plan with DigiByte blockchain development? It could be its own detailed page for what coding comes next. I would say this is the most decisive poll ever, 97% in favor. Which again, yeah, I think that's a good idea because we can dive onto DigiByte. Yeah, fine. Just having a quick look. That's all mining, isn't it? Mining. So if we dive on, as you can see, there isn't tons of of information with regards to what's the next steps. Their wiki kind of is their GitHub where you just it goes through kind of what's happening. There hasn't been what I would define as huge surges in development. And the thing is look, I don't think there will be. Excuse me. And part of the reason that I don't think there will be is that we are inundated with layer ones. We're inundated with layer twos. There are so many things happening in the crypto space. We see tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of new layer ones and layer twos coming out every single damn day. And technology has improved. While I don't think anything is really as secure as DigiByte, the reality is there are a lot of them are faster. And speed is actually hugely important. Like the speed with which a network works, along with security, of course security is important, but the speed with which a network works is hugely important. If you are running 15, 20, 500, 5,000, dApps on a network, you have to be able to, that network has to have good throughput. And the new cryptos that are emerging, the ones that people are excited about, are ones that have enormous theoretical throughput. I will always say that, theoretical, because until they succeed, it is always theoretical. But we are seeing lots and lots and lots and lots of new cryptos that have theoretical throughputs of 100,000 transactions per second, maybe even 200,000 transactions per second. Some claim, over 250,000. I've seen one or two that claim infinite scalability. But the thing is again, there is the theoretical is always theoretical until it's actually done. And But that's where the excitement is, and that's where a lot of the investment is when there's a new, shiny crypto, that's where money goes. And DigiByte now is a legacy crypto at this point. It's still secure as hell. It's still a great peer-to-peer crypto. But I'm not sure we're going to see huge surges in price here. I can't see a new all-time high. I can't see one right now. It's not impossible, but it needs to do about 25x from where it is, which is a big, big ask. I think we're probably looking at DigiByte being more like 5 cents if at kind of peak of this bull cycle. And that's really going to, again, that's going to hugely depend on what exactly happens in this bull cycle. What kind of blow off top do we have? Does money start flowing into legacy cryptos a bit more? Because there's quite a few legacy cryptos that have dropped off. But you can see DigiByte's community is engaged, 97% voting for an updated community roadmap where you can see what developments are going to be happening. You can see there's an engaged mining community for DigiByte. So it's not going anywhere. It'll be interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on how Jared Tate's posting and what's coming. But right now, it's not a thriving ecosystem compared to what there is. So I would cap it at around 5 cents right now. But let's see. Could we see a new all-time high for this? What do we think in the comments? What do you think is happening with legacy cryptos right now? There's quite a few that have dropped off. What do you think? Why is that? Let me know in the comments. And guys, we're in a bull cycle. If you're sitting on coins you are not confident in, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the website that I run where I share every single coin that I own with my members. Whenever I find any crypto that I think is going to do really, really well, I jump onto my site and tell my members all about the crypto that I've found, the reasons I'm buying it, and the price I'm buying it at. When I sell, I do the same thing. So there's no work for my members. They are in and out of cryptos at the same price as me, meaning they make the same profit. And if you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made. You'll see some of the past successes we've had. Whether it's a meme coin that members got in and out of in a couple of weeks and it did a 300x. Whether it's Phantom, which was one of the biggest gainers in the last bull cycle, going up nearly 700 times from when I got in. Made some of my members millionaires. It is public records on the history of this channel. Verify it all. And if you like what you see and you want to find out more, all you have to do that, guys, is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.